This is the Tombigbee Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi on the Tombigbee River called Columbus, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state. This episode is titled The Comic Book Ghost of White Arches. White Arches stands as one of the most distinguished homes in Columbus, its gleaming white columns and deep porches, a testament to 19th century Southern Italianate architecture. The towering three-story structure is crowned by an octagonal cupola, a room that offers panoramic views of the neighborhood and the river, and became young Sarah Miller's sanctuary during her frequent visits in the summer of 1974. Sarah, just 10 at the time, often accompanied her 15-year-old sister Jessica to visit Hope Harden, whose family had owned White Arches for only a few years and was busily restoring it. Mrs. Harden, Hope's mother, was well known in the community not only as a beloved grade school teacher at Franklin Elementary, but also as the leader of a local Girl Scout troop. She had a particular gift for making children feel welcome. The cupola housed an impressive collection of comics from the 1960s and 70s, everything from Superman and Batman to Archie and Betty and Veronica. For Sarah, whose strict mother considered comics mindless entertainment, this was a treasure trove. The comics were in tall stacks, stored in wooden boxes that lined the cupola's shelves. On a humid July afternoon, while absorbed in a particularly exciting issue of Superman, number 312, featuring a battle with Brainiac, Sarah felt what she described as fingers running through my hair, like someone playing with my ponytail. The touch was gentle but distinct. Marking her place with the second comic book, an issue of Wonder Woman, Sarah descended the stairs to find her sister. She was certain the big girls were trying to prank her. In the expansive kitchen, she found Jessica and Hope covered in flour, attempting to perfect Mrs. Harden's snickerdoodle cookie recipe. When Sarah inquired about anyone else being upstairs, Mrs. Harden's response was surprisingly matter-of-fact. "Oh, that was probably just Mary Oliver. She's quite fond of the cupola." Mrs. Harden returned to mixing a bowl of cinnamon and sugar. Sarah had no idea who Mary Oliver was, but she snagged a warm cookie and left to go curl up with the forbidden comics once again. Upon returning upstairs, both comics had vanished completely. Sarah searched every box, checked under furniture, and even looked out the windows, wondering if a breeze had carried them away. She saw nothing in the garden below. The following Saturday, Sarah returned to find both missing comics precisely where she'd left them, the Superman issue with Wonder Woman marking her place. As she settled into the window seat with Superman, the Wonder Woman comic suddenly lifted itself from the side table and sailed through the air, landing perfectly in a wicker basket across the room. Sarah's yells brought Jessica and Hope running. Though skeptical at first, they witnessed several inexplicable events that afternoon. Comics changing positions when no one was looking, the sound of pages turning in midair, and the distinct feeling of being watched. Years later, a local historian shared the full story. Mary Oliver had been the original owner's daughter, a happy-go-lucky, playful young woman named for her own mother, passed away in 1862 at age 21. The cupola had been her favorite reading spot, and according to family lore, she still maintained a particular interest in how reading materials were handled there. Today, White Arches remains a landmark in Columbus, and the story of the comic book ghost has become a favorite memory shared between the sisters Sarah and Jessica. Sarah credits her supernatural experience with sparking a lifelong love of both comics and ghost stories. The cupola remains a bright space, perfect for reading, though visitors are warned that Mary Oliver can be quite particular about how books are handled. This story from the Tombigbee Tales is based on a true story. Some names have been changed to protect the innocent. Until next time.